If you're someone who's going to go live abroad and run your business from any country in the world, make sure that you're not overpaying in taxes and don't make this mistake. Hi, I'm Cameron and I run a company called BizBud, and we help you win at the tax game. And we do all the things that you hate so you can do what you love and live freely and not worry about the other stuff. And in this video, I want to talk about living in other countries and operating your business from there and how to make sure that you optimize your tax liability in the best way so you're not paying any. And in some cases, if you're a foreigner, you don't have to pay any tax if you set it up properly. So a lot of people will just be like, oh, for example, I'm in Mexico right now. A lot of people will be like, oh, I'm just going to go work in Mexico. I'll set up my business there and I'm not going to have to pay any tax. And I'm going to eat tacos, go to the beach, and it's going to be great. The cost of living is cheaper and that's everything. Well, if you are an American and you set up your business in Mexico, let's say you set up a corporation and you're like, okay, now I'm living in Mexico. I'm going to set my business here. You now have subjected yourself to the Mexico tax system. So you have to pay tax in Mexico. While anything extra, you also have to report that in the US. So you're not necessarily getting out of the US tax system because some people will be like, oh, I don't have to pay tax in the US because I'm living in Mexico. I'll just pay the Mexican tax. And yes, that's correct. And you can get a foreign tax credit for that a lot of times. So if you pay tax in Mexico, then you're not going to pay that same tax in the US on that same income and it gets offset. But if you don't set up your business in Mexico and you keep it in the US, but you're just outside of the US and you're traveling, then you don't have to pay tax in Mexico and you only have to report it in the US and you could get the FEIE up to 130 grand and not pay any federal income tax. So when people say, especially as Americans, oh, I'm going to go live and not pay tax anywhere, you're always paying tax in the US. If you're a US citizen, unfortunately, we always have to pay tax in the US. You're taxing your global income. And the only way to get out of that is you denounce your citizenship. There's ways to minimize that, and we'll talk about that in other videos. But you want to make sure that you are being conscious of wherever you are going, that you're not triggering tax in that country. So whether you're American or not, a lot of times it's 180 days if you're there. More than that, the governments or the countries are going to want to be like, oh, give us money, tax, whatever. A lot of countries, if you're making the money outside of the country, then you don't have to pay tax. So like historically in like Thailand or something, if you're living there and let's say you run a marketing agency and it's based in the US, okay, well, you're making money outside the Thailand technically. So you don't have to pay tax in Thailand on that income because you're not generating it technically from Thai sources. So you want to make sure wherever you are, you're looking into the rules, or you talk to us or speak to someone that can help you look into that. So you're not triggering tax in the country you are, and make sure that you're reporting in the country that you're from, or that you actually are a tax resident of. As a foreigner or as a non-American, you have the beauty and the privilege, and you're lucky that a lot of your countries won't tax your worldwide income. And you can actually, in some countries, denounce your tax residency but keep your citizenship. So they're not taxing you in your income based on citizenship. It is based on your tax residency. So like in Canada, if you're Canadian example, you can actually denounce your tax residency and not be a tax resident in Canada, keep your passport, keep your citizenship, and not pay tax there, as long as you're not like obviously living there. So we see, especially in Mexico, there's a lot of Canadians that live here, and they might denounce their tax residency in Canada if they don't see themselves living in Canada long term or anything. And so they'll not pay any Canadian tax. And if they don't trigger Mexican tax, well, then now they're starting to live it tax free. And you might, let's say, set up a tax residency in Paraguay or in the country of Georgia, and they don't tax you there because if you're not there doing business there, et cetera, like that, then you're not paying tax there. So now you've actually gotten out of tax system and you can live tax free. You have to look at your situation. Each situation can be different and individual. So you want to make sure you're assessing everything, all the variables, and make sure you're structuring it proper. Because if you set up a company in Canada or something, they're still going to want tax there. So you want to make sure, okay, if I'm not there, then maybe I set it up in the US or maybe set it up in Hong Kong or BVI or somewhere like that where you can actually get out of the tax system. So for the purpose of this video, I want to make sure that you know that a lot of people don't look at the place that they're in. They just think, oh, I can go there and they're not going to care because I'm a foreigner and I can make money there and they're not going to tax it. What I care about is my home country or wherever I'm a tax resident. That's not true. If you set up your business in a country, or if you're there and a resident or something, you want to make sure that you're not triggering tax there. And if you are triggering tax there, you pay the correct tax. You're not getting double taxed in wherever country you're coming from. So yeah, I hope you found this video valuable. If you are living the digital nomad life, if you are traveling and working online and pursuing your dreams and building your goals, then make sure that your tax structure and your company structure, and even where your citizenship is set up or where your tax rate is set up, you have that all dialed in so that you're maximizing your situation and winning at the tax game and not paying more than you need to. If you want to find out more information about that, or if you want a free consultation about your situation and get a free assessment from people who do this every day like us, then reach out to us and we're happy to talk to you because we love this stuff and we will be happy to do a free consultation and see if it makes sense for you.